Pop that shit, pop that shit. Baby, that pussy was so worth the wait. I wasn't in love with none of them anyway. Yeah, pop that shit, pop that shit. Baby, that pussy was so worth the wait. I wasn't in love with none of them anyway. I'm in too deep, I'm in too deep, I'm in too deep, in too deep, in too deep, in too deep, too deep, in too deep.
Got some bad bitches that's gon' fuck me for that AP, fuck me for that AP, fuck me for that AP. If I was a rapper, baby, I would still be trapping, baby. Coming down on sipping sticks, poppers on me, going crazy. New Mercedes for my baby, 2022 updated. Jordan Metal sponsor club, shop spend 100 like dogs. I'm loving dropping bands on her. Amelia Poochie covering her up. We turn the studio into a strip club. Got the screws going way up. Drinking no Texas in the pop two pills. Let's go make a nigga stay up. Into deep, popping freaks. It's on demon time. She don't get sleep. You get shit in that number 5, 1, 2, 3.
Pop that shit, pop that shit. Baby, that pussy was so worth the wait. I wasn't in love with none of them anyway. Yeah, pop that shit, pop that shit. Baby, that pussy was so worth the wait. I wasn't in love with none of them anyway. No, I'm in too deep, I'm in too deep, I'm in too deep, in too deep, in too deep, in too deep, too deep, in too deep, in too deep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Leave me out the comments, leave me out the nonsense. Speaking out of context, people need some content. Niggas trying to keep up, shit is not a contest. Whipping bands concept, heaven sent, God sent. At least that's what my mom says. Proof is in the progress, money's not an object. Busy than a motherfucker, you know how my job get. Barking up the wrong tree, you know how the dogs get. Haven't fallen off yet. Come with a classic, they come around years later and say it's a sleeper. The ears are real, the petty is real. Might trust my extra feature. Deposit the money to Brenda Leticia or Linda Felicia. She gave me twice, I didn't even know her once. You know I'm a pleaser. 42 millimeter was made in Geneva. Yeah, I probably should go to Yeshiva. We went to Ibiza. Yeah, I probably should go link with Yeezy. I need me some Jesus. As soon as I started confessing my sins, he wouldn't believe us. Sins.
Yo, what's going on today, YouTube? I hope y'all all having a blessed day. Hope y'all ready for today's class, man. Who's excited? Y'all put a fire in the chat if y'all hyped for today's class. Let me see who's in the building today. Y'all put some fires in the chat. Let me see how everybody's doing. What's up, man? How are we living today? I see y'all in the building. Welcome to today's class today. This is going to be an amazing class, as you guys know, each and every single time. Now, before we get everything started, guys, I do want to see below in the chat where you guys tuning into today from. Where's our city and state currently? Where y'all currently living in right now? I want to see who we have in the building, where everybody's at, so we get this class in motion. And if y'all do not know and you're unfamiliar, maybe this is your first class, every single Sunday, what we do is we come on YouTube Live and we basically drop you guys free game on exactly like what to look at in the stock market for the week. You know, what is our mindset and what's like our reasoning behind what we're saying for the week, right? Now, as you guys know, the world's looking really crazy right now, right? Wars are going pretty crazy, right? Bombs are dropping. You know, Dubai, famous places are getting bombed right now. Places that you may have even been to if you travel a decent bit to Dubai are getting bombed right now. There's war happening amongst the whole world right now. And essentially, when things like this happen in the world, guys, things move really crazily. So let's go and see where y'all are from. So people today are from Eagle Pass, Texas, Minnesota. What's up, Sydney? From Jersey City, what's up? Someone said that they tuned in from Iran. I don't know if they're trolling or you know what's going on, man. But irregardless, guys, this is going really crazy, right? El Paso, Texas. Okay, people all across the world. Well, guys, if y'all are unfamiliar right now, guys, overnight the U.S. and Iran conflict is just escalating rapidly right now. Right, it's looking crazy. Like within minutes, guys, billions. I mean, billions of dollars were moved in the market across the stock market. Right, oil spiked, gold surged a little bit, crypto still stayed like a little bit weak. And most people right now, they just don't know how, they have no idea how to benefit from the stock market this week. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to get to that money properly. But today we're gonna actually show you guys basically step by step, in depth detail, basically where the money is flowing to during the war. And on top of that, like the top three, typically it's the top five stocks, but I have three stocks specifically I'm watching this week, and I'm gonna get into that to you guys today. But let me see where a few more y'all from. You see Dallas, Texas. Okay. DTX, shout out to you. New York, North Carolina. Okay, okay. Well, yeah, man, we're going to get today's class started. I want to take you guys and hold you guys up no more. I know some of y'all are really excited about this type of information. And, the thing about me is, guys, as you guys know, we don't do fluff talk on calls like this. We really give you guys in-depth game about the market and where things are going to head to. So let's go ahead and get everything started off the right way. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And guys, before I get my screen share started, I actually want to ask you guys a personal question. So if y'all feel like you're like a beginner right now with like little to no trading experience, go ahead and put a one in for me into the chat. Honestly, who's here like as a fresh beginner? Maybe you're a novice. And if you have like, you feel like you're a little bit more experienced, you're like, on the intermediate side, you go ahead and put a two for me into the chat. I just want to see who we're talking to. I want to see if I should talk slower and explain some concepts slower, like whatever we got to do. I don't really mind it. I just want to make sure we all, can get the help that we actually need. And I'll be honest, guys, there's so much money in the market right now, but if people can't be transparent on where they're at, what their goals are for the week, and essentially like what they want to achieve and where they kind of are right now, you're never going to make it, So I want to make sure we can get everything, transparent. Okay. I see numbers in the chat. See ones, 1.5s. I see twos, ones. All right, cool. Well, let's get to today's class in motion, guys. Let's waste no more time. Let me share my screen. All right, guys. So from people who are beginners in the chat right now, this application right here is called Trading View. We can basically understand what's happening in the stock market by viewing the U.S. companies in real time, right? Now, how we get today's class and all the classes started, guys, I want to show y'all what news do we have set up here for the week. So I'm going to go over to forexfactory.com and see the news for the week. All right, check this out. Tomorrow we have ISM manufacturing in the market. On Monday for news. Wednesday's pretty dry. Tuesday pretty dry. And on Wednesday we have ADP non-farm employment change. It's just basically a news article being pushed out into the market. Thursday unemployment claims. And Friday we have a few red folder candle news, right? These are the top news to watch for the week. Nothing really crazy, as you can see right here. But as you're able to see, guys, Trump has been yapping a lot recently, and he's been doing a lot of press conferences, a lot of speeches, and he's speaking on what is to become expected from this war right now. And if y'all are unaware, there is going to be a lot of uncertainty in the market this week and going into this month, right? I feel like right now people, they don't even understand the true impact of the market and of the world. So I want to quickly, before I kind of get today's class started, I just want to give you guys some game, because I feel like people, they don't really want to fully understand what's happening with the market, but I'm here to tell you guys the truth so you're able to be prepared, right? So basically, guys, whenever just basically anything geopolitically happens in the world, like news happens, wars, outbreaks, bombing is like, okay, like this is when things get serious, right? The market kind of goes into what we call is a risk-off mode of investing, right? So what that means is basically investors, they're pulling out their money out of risky assets like tech, stocks, and crypto, and then they're moving more into historically proven assets that work good during times of uncertainty, right? So the main three sectors that we're going to be focused on for the class today, guys, three things. One is energy, two is defense companies, and three is gold. And I'm going to tell you guys why it's those three things, but as you guys know, these three things historically always outperform the market during times of uncertainty. So whenever you're trading, you need to understand that this is not an option, right? The institutions, they're moving their money into these things to reallocate their capital, right? For people who do not know, Iran basically geopolitically, it basically sits like near the Strait of Hormuz, which it basically controls like 20% of the world's whole oil supply right now, right? So what's happening is if there's even the slimmest threat of disruption in the world, guys, Oil prices, boom, they rise and then go up immediately, right? And guys, when oil rises quickly and oil goes up crazy in price, what happens next? Energy companies also make a lot more profit. So y'all will see me talk to you guys today about different oil companies, ExxonMobil, Chevron, and other things, and a bunch of key different stocks to kind of get into. But when the market's moving like this, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, the market moves into a really weird state. People are thinking like, Ryan, wow, the news is here. It's time to just buy, buy, buy. No, the market moves to a risk off state where it's kind of like, we could be chopping a little bit. So let's just go ahead and get into our top stocks. Starting off with the first company right here with some of these oil companies, which is going to be ExxonMobil. So how many of y'all are familiar here with ExxonMobil? Just go ahead and put a one into the chat. I know y'all are pretty familiar with ExxonMobil. I know you guys are. Y'all probably used gas at this company previously, right? Well, as I go ahead and open up my account right here, my broker account, it had a quick spike up 10% here in pre-market. So it went up to about $170 per share, which placed the price at a strong buy or a strong move all the way in. It basically drove price all the way up here on Chevron just now here in pre-market, right? Now, after that hype kind of died down a little bit, Chevron basically dropped and now we're sitting at 158.13. So we're sitting priced at about right here on Chevron, about right here, right? But basically, upon that news that dropped here in the market with the war, with everything kind of happening, Chevron's price skyrocketed way up here in price. And what you're able to see is in this market is the market moves really quick on the oil side when there is big news and big wars happening right there. So the trends move really, really fast when there is oil spikes in the stock market. So we're going to talk about this company, and then we're going to also talk about some U.S. defense companies, right? Guys, write this down. Yeah, probably are familiar with the company right here. The company is called LMT, Lockheed Martin Corporation, right? This company right here, guys, is going to be, I would say crucial, but it's almost detrimental, right? Like, people don't understand what's happening in the war. And what they don't realize is when the military tensions are rising in the market and the things are rising, the market's kind of moving crazy and things like that, people are like, how in the world is U.S. defending from all these missiles and all these launches and all these attacks on the U.S.? Because that's basically what's happening behind the scenes, right? So companies like LMT, these are the sectors that focus on defense in the world, right? So basically, the government's going to be increasing their spend on weapons, increasing their spend on surveillance and military technology, right? So companies, there's a few that I want to definitely keep on watch, but in my perspective, guys, the big one to actually focus on right now is going to be LMT, which is Lockheed Martin, and yeah, these stocks they don't really move off of hype, and they move simply off of governmental contracts. So if I look here at LMT company right now, as we stand here on this call, this company jumped up, guys, 20% in pre-market to $790 per share, which is sitting way up here on LMT. Literally, it's sitting all the way up here. This is a tremendous jump. After a simple few bombs and a war broke out in the market, but this thing jumped this high. Right now, we're sitting at 694, which is about right here in price. So it seems like basically like what I'm seeing right now, guys, is upon the news, we've seen a short-term massive spike in the market to a significant high, and then we end up dying down a little bit. But in the outlook of the market, you see a pretty big jump from here to here, right? And we still appreciate it from here to here in the market, but this is your informed. We only jumped up right now about 5% here on Lockheed Martin. Let's get to my next stocks here for the day. Guys, as you guys know, if y'all were in our last class, guys, we've been smacking gold all week. Matter of fact, guys, quick little pit stop, guys. If y'all are in the band's chat right now, you're currently inside of the mentorship program right now, you're in the chat, and y'all made some money this week in the chat, just go ahead and put a W for me into the chat right now. I want to see who made some money this week trading with us, because we went absolutely crazy. And we also called gold to make a strong move to the upside this week, in which it actually did. And gold ticker symbol right now is GLD. Right now, guys, we're sitting at 491 here on gold, which is sitting basically all the way up here in price, currently up here. And as you're able to see into the chat, all right, what do y'all see there into the chat right now? Let me show you guys real quick. if you can see here into our chat, we have been essentially calling out to buy gold essentially all week long. We've been buying gold all week long, right? We see buying gold. I honestly feel pretty bad for gold, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Like I feel like a bully at like a lunch table. Like, back in the day in high school, like I said, I was a little kid that, had some lunch money and we just came and took the money, right? On this day, 24th, hit up gold, hit him for 3K here on this day, boom, traded them again. And we just been basically hitting gold consistently. Hitting again right here for another 2K on gold on this day. This is, I believe, on Monday. And essentially, we called out to you guys, my French here, but I told you guys that I wanted to see gold make a strong move to the upside for the week. And we had key levels that we were targeting in the chat for gold. So y'all can see there in the chat, guys, what do y'all see? A bunch of W's that are in the chat right there. Everybody who's in the chat right now, it's in the program, have been eating greedily here on gold. And essentially, we're watching gold for a movement targeting above 484. And to mention that we're dip buying gold calls. So y'all are seeing gold has not stopped at all. We took our buys here on gold down here, right, at a key level of liquidity. If you're in the program, you know exactly what level we're talking about right here. This is our golden pocket right here, which is exactly how we're able to notice where to buy a company at the best time. So we can buy it at the cheapest price point, at the low point, and then sell it for an expensive price point at a high point. So now gold made a significant high. This past week got made over 5 figures traded in a week. But this is just another week. I'm not here to brag. I'm showing y'all what's possible. You look into the chat, guys. Everybody's posting W's for a reason. This is our chat. We really eat. So if y'all want to join at any time, we actually are building another small account challenge. So if you're actually unfamiliar, as of recently, one of our recent flips that we just did into the chat, I actually wanted to see if I still had it or if I did not. So I put 5K into a Webull account, just about 5,000, and I grew the account from 5,000 to 30,000 in roughly about, I'll say 2.5 weeks trading. And I ended up paying myself a full withdrawal of this account balance. And on top of that, guys, today is the first of the month. That being said, if you're a stock trader, you're a full-time trader, or even a part-time trader, you want to use these first of the months to cover your expenses, cover your bills, and begin to reinvest your money from your trading profits back into your banking account. So a lot of times, people never ever pay themselves, and they never ever see any of the money, and they're shooting themselves in the foot. So when I did a small account challenge, it was just to come down to a small level, and I wanted to make sure people know, hey, I don't need to have 50K to make money trading. I don't need 30K. Like, realistically, if you have 1,000 to 3,000, you're good. Start trading and get to that bag. That's a good startup. And as you guys can see here into the gains chat, I mean, I don't have to say much about this. The numbers literally speak for itself, right? People are going crazy, right? Shout out to Hugo. This guy's this past week, in just 4 days of trading, he grew his account and he made $2,000 in just about 4 days of trading, made 200% to his portfolio in a week, 2K in a week, right? Look at this consistency right there, right? Let's keep going, right? People are just banking every single day. Jay Woods, guys, I literally did an event just like yesterday where we did some paintballing with the chat, as you guys can see.
All right, everyone gather up for the rules real fast.
Yeah. And I met some of my students literally just yesterday at the paintball event, and we had a good time. Now, I interviewed Jay Woods. You know why? He grew his account from $250 to $1,300 in about, I'll probably say 2-ish weeks or so. So he put in only $250 in his account. Right now, he's sitting at $1,300. And then this week, he's probably going to scale it down up to 3K, 4K, wherever it goes. But guys, this is just a normal occurrence, right? UG13, he put $530 into a trade right there. He made 432% and grew 530 to 2.8K in 1 day in under 25 minutes. He made over $3,000 in this day. And guys, the list just goes on and on and on of gains. I don't want to bore you guys here, but at any time, if you're not in the chat and you want to get some results like this and be into like the right program, we do live trading, we share our screen, and we properly break down how to get to that money step by step. So if you're a beginner, this is definitely for you. We have a beginner's round coming up here as well. So if you guys want to join at any time, the link is here pinned into the comments or into our description, all right? So let's just go ahead and jump into the next place I'll put on watch. Like I said, I don't want to hold you guys here today. I just want to give you all a game and get out. Now, I know it's Sunday. Y'all want to watch some basketball or something. So, but like, make sure you watch your basketball. Make sure tomorrow morning We're live trading tomorrow morning at 8:30, and I have some game for y'all today, right? So let's go and cover the S&P 500. So as you guys know, this is going to be the top company to watch if you guys are a trader. You need to understand how stocks move over time, and this is going to be your bread and butter. So recently, guys, as you're able to notice, the S&P with SPY has basically been trending in this trend line for a long time, right? We're bouncing off right there, bouncing right here. Let me draw off right my visual learners. We end up bouncing right here on SPY, as you can see right there. We bounce right here on SPY. We bounce right. So we're consistently bouncing each and every single time off this trend line. Now, how did I find this trend line? Well, we have some lower highs sitting right here from these previous highs here on SPY at our previous all-time high. I drew it from right here to right there, and we're bouncing consistently off this trend line. And on the other side, we're having rejections on the trend line exactly right here, 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 and we're dropping basically each and every single time we tap right there, we tap right here in the market. And what I'm looking for, guys, is my market structure on the company, and I want to see what trend are we creating on a higher time frame. So what I can do as a day trader is I can then go down to a small time frame and then properly get to that money. So now we had a rejection on SPY once again, right here at my trend line, as you guys can see about right here in the market, right here. And then recently right here on a Wednesday, we shot up and we completely broke through this trend line right here on Wednesday. So what do you guys feel like we did here on Wednesday as we're clearing above this trend line that we drew here a long time ago? You could bet your butt y'all probably know exactly what we did here on Wednesday, but I'll just show y'all, because I think that we could do, better showing than telling. So this is the 25th here at February. So go ahead to my 25th here at February right here. And we took some calls here on QQQ in the morning. We ended up making about 43% here on these calls. And this, I'm not here to just brag and boast. I'm gonna give y'all some valuable game. Let me just cut to the chase to kind of tell you guys what I'm looking at for the market this week and why that's the case, right? So just previously, guys, we shot up and we closed super strong here above this high time frame trend line here on the S&P. If you're a beginner, guys, the S&P holds the top 500 most valuable companies in the stock market. So typically, if SPY goes down in price, so will other tech companies. If SPY goes up in price, also so will other tech companies, right? Now, just recently, if you go to finviz.com, you can actually see the heat map for the whole entire stock market. So all my semiconductors, they're basically red here on Friday. The tech sector was also red, but however, Mr. Palantir was green, and we'll talk about that. Make sure y'all stay to the end of this live stream because we're going to talk all about Palantir. There is some money to be made on Palantir, and if you're not in Palantir, you're not watching it this week, you're going to be missing out on a lot of bangers, so stay tuned. All right, now, the energy sector right here, guys, for energy, they also were green this week, right? They were super green. This is because people were seeing what's happening in the world, and they're preparing for the war. They know what's about to happen. Also, healthcare is also green. We're going to talk also about healthcare, right? And then, so what you want to understand from here, guys, is what in the world's happening in the market, guys? Guys, just go to put a 1 to the chat if all this makes sense, but you kind of just want to know what should I be doing in the stock market this week. Just go to put a 1 to the chat if this makes sense what I'm saying, but you just want to honestly know what to do in the market this week. And enough of the talk. You want to know where the money's flowing to, how to get to them coins, and what to do. Just put a 1 into the chat. So if that's the case, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, we are in for a run this week, right? So we previously closed above this trend line right on SPY, and we just now closed back below the same trend line right here on my 4-hour time frame, right? But what you notice is, check this out. If you go over to my 1-day time frame here on SPY, as you see right there, what do you guys notice that we have created here on SPY? Someone tell me, what do you guys see here is happening here on this trend line here on SPY? Someone tell me to the chat, what do you guys actually notice about this setup right here? I want to see what y'all thinking right now, because there's a lot that I'm looking at right now, but I want to make sure I'm not just yapping. I want to make sure y'all can, ask questions, tune in, and see what's happening in the market. All right, so let's get to it. So what you guys see is we closed above this trend line right here on SPY on my 1-day time frame. And then we came back to the downside and we tried to close below this trend line, right? But we ended up closing right here, back above this trend line. But now on Friday, we actually closed perfectly once again below this trend line. So I'm looking at SPY on a higher time frame. That's the 1-day time frame. If I go to my 1 week on SPY, all you basically see is a strong wick right here off the top portion of my trend line, right? Now on my 4 hour, once again, what I want to see, guys, this week, and what I feel like might happen, guys, this week, the market might be in for some danger this week, guys. Someone put into the chat danger in all caps. Someone put danger. Danger, danger, danger. We are in a dangerous part of the market this week. You know why, guys? This right here is a classic case of manipulation. When trading, guys, you have many different ways to watch the stock market, but the three things that you should always notice and understand is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, right? So accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. I'm gonna give you guys a key example of exactly what to watch this week so you're prepared and you know how to get to money properly, right? So typically, guys, when people see a trend line, they see like a range, they see a range high and they see a range low, right? You sell right here and you buy right here. So you buy here and you sell here, right? But what happens when a stock actually can close above a range and then closes again back below the same level? Well, people who thought that it's time to sell a stock right here at the top of my trend line, they actually ended up buying because we closed above this trend line, right? But what happened is after they closed below the trend line, as you can see right there, people are then trapped up here in their buys while the market is crashing down to the downside. So just this week, guys, as you can see, we closed on SPY above this trend line, right? And as you guys can see here on my 1 day time frame, we closed above here, and now we close back below the same exact trend line. That being said, I am assuming that this week we could possibly be trapping a lot of who chose to buy stocks up here, and we could be actually attacking a newly formed trend line that's formed exactly right here. Now guys, put a 1 into the chat if y'all could see this trend line that was created exactly from right here to right there in the chat. I want to see if y'all could see this and notice this trend line here on the market before I move any further, because this is pretty clear as day. But like, you know, a lot of people are really new to investing, new to trading. I'll make sure this can kind of all make sense for y'all, so y'all aren't just trading tomorrow like a chicken with the head cut off, right? Let me see if y'all are tapped in, all right? All right, boom. Exactly, right, exactly. So what y'all see right here, guys, is we're basically holding this trend line from right here, right? We're creating a higher low right there, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? Up here, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now, if y'all wondering why I'm noticing I mentioned higher highs, higher lows, these are the key elements of a bullish market. We have higher highs and we got higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? Now, in a bearish market, it's lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. We all probably know this, right? But now, what happens if we're trending, right, and we're creating those higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows? We're creating a little bit of a trend line, right? Now, what happens if we actually close beneath this trend line right here? We end up creating now our change of character in the market, which basically is just changing characters from being in a bearish market, going to the downside, then going to a bullish market, going to the upside. So I'm showing you right now what happens if we break below this trend line right here, right? Now notice the trend line that we're building exactly right here in the market. You see that, guys? You see that? Right? You see it? You see it? All right, come on, let's make sure. Look, we got the higher low right there. Higher low. Up here, what's next? Higher high. Right here, what's next? Higher low. Up here, what's next? Higher high, right? Up here again, higher high, right? Now that once again, we're creating right here from Friday another higher low, as you guys can see right here on SPY on Friday. Now, guys, if we break beneath this trend line here on SPY, which is very probable. Matter of fact, guys, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this right here is not the exact place and where the market is right now. Guys, as you speak right now, guys, the S&P, guys, right now is sitting at 681.36 right now, which is where? Exactly about right here in the market, right here. So guys, we're sitting right here, right now on SPY. Therefore, guys, we've officially broke beneath this trend line right here on SPY right here. And now, guys, we are down here in the market in red. To basically show you guys that we actually have broke beneath this trend line right here on SPY, and we created our change of character in the market, and we could possibly see a further move to the downside. Now, before we can see a move to the downside, guys, I want to show you guys what's something that's very, very important, so you're not missing this money tomorrow. This is time for you to make some money. I don't know who's been waiting for it or who wants to wait for their dream life to come and be just dropped into your hands. But guys, the market rewards people who actually take their time and take trading seriously. So take your time for this next game I'm going to give you right now and take it serious, right? So we just broke below this trend line here on SPY. Now, after that happens, you need to be patient and prudent enough to wait for this right here, which is called the retracement in price. After you guys create this change of character in the stock market, what you want to actually see is this: a higher low and a new high, right? Or now that we're looking for bearish moves, we're going to create this boom, change, right here, boom, a lower high. This retracement, guys, from right here to right here is paramount, and it's needed for the investors to see the market having a pullback, and then they're going to come and take the lows all the way to the downside. Now, my thing this week, guys, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I'm going to be transparent, but I'm going to just be a quick disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor. These are all just, these are not suggestions. These are all my personal opinions, but I have been trading for about 6.5 years right now. And I made about 40K trading last month. So I feel like I have a little bit, of skin in the game and, a room to tell you guys why I feel like it possibly happened. I personally believe that because we broke through this trend line here on SPY this week, we could drop a little bit, in the market. But ideally, what I'm looking for, guys, on SPY is I'm looking for us to make a little bit of a movement like this, which is kind of like a little bit of a retracement back to the upside right here. And guys, this move right here, I'm putting it here in green. This is called a pullback here in the market. Once that happens, I want to see us have a rejection once again cleanly at this key area here on SPY up here. And then, guys, I want to do what we call is a bearish and sell program. What does that mean? I want us to begin to start attacking previous lower lows. So I want to attack right here. I want to attack the lows right there. I'm going to attack the lows right here. These are all previous wicks in the market, as you can see right here. We have a strong wick right here on SPY, right? We have a wick right there. We have wicks right here in the market. We have a bunch of wicks in the market right here. I want to see us make a move back to the upside right there and come attack these wicks here in the market, right? Now, once this happens, guys, if it happens, which I feel like it can strongly happen, a move here to the downside, that will actually trigger a bunch of tech companies to also follow suit and see companies tank tremendously to the downside. But now, does that mean that gold will drop this week if this happens? No, it does not, guys. If y'all are living under a rock right now, you're not familiar with what gold is, which we should all know, obviously, what gold is, guys. The third area is going to be gold, right? Gold is basically the safe haven of the market, right? It's been a store of value for thousands and thousands of years, right? So when uncertainty is rising, guys, the institutions, they're moving billions of dollars into gold to preserve their wealth, right? So I'm going to be watching this gold ETF this week and this month because there's a lot of uncertainty right now in the market. And guys, what do y'all notice is the trend here on gold over the past few years? What do y'all notice right here? This is pretty much clear as day, right? I could put it into light mode for you so that you can see it clearer, but I'm sure we can all see in dark mode what gold has been doing since 2016. Been appreciating in price consistently, right? And as of recently, guys, what's so funny is, guys, we've been looking at gold calls all week long, but there happens to be a war. And prior to the war, guys, we had a really strong range on gold, as you can see, guys, from right here to right there. We're sitting in this range, guys, on gold from literally the 30th here of January all the way to the end of February, thereabout. And we just recently had a breakthrough, retracement, and now we're running here once again, coincidentally, exactly when the war starts breaking out. That's not a coincidence, guys. The market, and they typically know what's happening before we do, which is exactly why gold is running right now. So in my opinion, guys, when gold is dripping this week or it's tanking or it's having a retracement, I think people are going to be buying the dip. If we're going to be honest, people are buying the gold dip, and we might be attacking these previous highs up here on gold this week. So guys, keep your eyes on gold all week to the upside. This is my top watch. I'll probably be buying some gold calls in the chat this week. So If you want to know exactly when we're buying our positions, what price we're buying it for, what time, the reasoning, everything like that, link is in the description, guys, for our program, or it's into our comment section, so you can join us for live trading, get to this money, and actually know what you're doing, right? Now, let's get into the next company I have here on watch right now, which is going to be Chevron. So, guys, Chevron is obviously another company that focusing on oil, and I want to find the exact price for you guys right now, so we're all in the know. So right now, guys, dang, wow, this one surprised me. Chevron, guys, it ran all the way to $200 per share. So it ran all the way up here, guys. Literally, it ran all the way up here this week on Chevron. Right now, we're sitting at 192. We're sitting about right here. Guys, this week, people who are trading oil and trading gold this week, you're going to be trading some of the most volatile markets right now. You know why, guys? Like I mentioned, when the market has war, we have conflict, we have battles, the investors, they want to move into the risk-off environment. They're going to be sanctioning out and taking out their money from the tech companies and all these big companies, and they're positioning them now into energy companies, into oil, right? Into gold, right? So I want to keep this company here on watch, which is Chevron right now. They're moving pretty crazily right now for the past few weeks, few months, and now it's going parabolic here for news. But now, what should you be watching on the tech side today right now? Enough of the rating, enough of what you wrong, guys. Mr. Palantir, one and only, guys. Can we please get a drum roll, please, guys, in the chat here for Palantir? Quick little drum roll. Palantir is another big technological company that's also pretty deep into oil and everything. Pretty deep into energy as well. So Palantir, guys, recently had a strong bottom right here at about 126. And if y'all have been sleeping under a rock and you haven't been coming to our classes here on YouTube, you're missing the free game. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're missing out on a lot of opportunity and a lot of money. You know why? Check this 3 out. Plays for just this past last class that we did a whole entire breakdown here. First of all, guys, just look at this. I just want to show y'all, just in case y'all don't know. We did a class literally about a week ago or two, and we covered how gold was sitting at Palantir was sitting at a low point right here, and we want to see gold make a move to the upside. Don't believe me? Listen here very, very closely on gold. Let's listen some game right now, guys. My favorite play for the week right now, watch, drum roll please, is going to be on Mr. Palantir. Now, guys, before I give you the Palantir play, I need everybody to look at this chart, and what do you guys see here on Palantir? From up here, Palantir is, and why is that a dangerous space? If y'all see Palantir here, this is my all-time high here on Palantir. Very damn here, right? They put it. I don't see it. I want to just give you guys just to my own home, but basically we predicted that Palantir would bottom out at this low point here on Palantir. Why is that the case? If you look at right here, guys, historically, the last time that Palantir was at these lows here on my 1-day time frame, this right here was the last low on Palantir before this crazy run back to the upside, right? Now, recently we came right here, and I'm gonna mark this line here in red so you can see it. We actually attacked the same line exactly right here on Palantir, and as we speak right now, guys, Palantir is sitting right now at $141.45, which is sitting all the way about up here at the current moment. So as of right now, we have predicted this move here on Palantir to the upside. And now I feel like, guys, this week, in my honest opinion, even though this company went up like a lot here in pre-market, I personally believe that Palantir might be seeing a little bit more upside. If you look here at my high time frame, guys, we're considerably at a consistent low here on Palantir. I mean, we're so cheap right now, you would kind of be dumb not to buy the company on a longer time horizon, which is why I'm calling out some plays this week into our chat on a longer time frame, some swing trades. I'm looking at some leaps as well. I can't give y'all too much game on that right now because it would kind of defeat the purpose. But basically, long story short, if y'all want to copy what we're doing for the most part, look at Palantir to the upside. We had a pretty nice setup here on Palantir on the higher time frame originally. Right, a little bit of a setup right here on Palantir, as you can see. And we just now created a squeeze here on Wednesday above this trend here on Palantir. And right now we made a strong pop up here for news. I think we can go a little bit higher here on Palantir this week. So I'm watching the upside move here on Palantir. I'm watching the upside here also on gold. On gold right now, guys, specifically, I'm gonna be honest. If y'all aren't in the chat, y'all probably missed the best buy-in on gold, which is basically down here in price. Do I recommend buying gold up here this week? I wouldn't say for long-term horizon, but definitely as far as day trading, there's opportunity here on gold this week. So I will tell you guys right now, when you're trading the market, watch gold specifically above this level right here. And I'm going to show you guys where to actually watch, because y'all, some people right now are like, Ryan, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, I missed the gold buy-in. I'm going to cry. I saw you post into the chat. I slept, and I'm like, bro, I don't know what to tell you. You should have tapped in. You should have stayed the course. Because now gold is shooting up crazily. And now, guys, we actually broke above 492 just now, literally just now here on gold. So, yeah, we're going up pretty crazily. I personally believe, guys, this week on gold, I would watch this previous little high right here, because we basically created a high here on GLD at about 508, and then we ended up dropping, as y'all saw, made a retracement here on gold, and now we came up here to about 500 bucks and on the dime here on gold this week, right? Now, my honest take, guys, is we could possibly be creating some lower highs from the high right here on gold, but I feel like we should be gravitating at least, right, to like the 497 area here on gold, which is sitting about in this key zone about right here, up here this week. Up here in this area on gold, guys, I don't recommend buying it. You're basically buying at a very overbought territory. If you want to see if a company is overbought or not, go to your account here on tradingview.com. Go to your indicators tab right here and find the relative strength index. This is called RSI. The RSI will show you if a company is overbought or if it's oversold. The last time that gold was overbought, as you guys can see about right here on my RSI right there, what happened? Right here, we're overbought. We went up and we crashed back down. Right now, as you guys can see right here on gold, what's happening again? We're overbought here once again here on gold, and we're probably go up like a little bit higher, and we could possibly come back down here on gold. So I'm watching gold buys. I'm also watching buys here also on Palantir. And companies like XOM, I personally think, guys, me personally, I wouldn't follow the hype. We just took out the previous high right here on XOM. This could be a fake buyout and then move back to the downside. I wouldn't focus on it. But guys, keep your eyes on my top stock of the week, which is going to be on Mr. LMT, Lockheed Martin. They're big in military defense, and they're responsible for keeping the U.S. Army safe. If we're continuing to go back and forth here with Iran and what's happening here in the world, you have to keep your eyes on these companies. If not, you will miss out on like a large amount of their volume. And I feel like there's money to be made in the market this week. And guys, right now, I want to open the room to some questions. I feel like I don't like people actually ask questions sometimes. I feel like we just kind of like, teach our game and kind of go on. But if y'all have any questions about the stock market, about the war, and how everything is going, go ahead and ask them to the chat. Or questions about the mentorship, questions about our program, go ahead and put it into the chat. And as y'all do that, I'm going to cover our top earnings here for the week. So these right here, guys, is the earnings for the week. Take a picture of the screen right here if you guys want to. So this is going to be the top earnings here for the week right now. Guys, this is a brand new month, brand new money, and it's time to lock the freak in right now. There's money to be made this week, guys. Please don't sleep. There's a lot of money to be made this week. With the war, with uncertainty, money is just going to be repositioned. Money's going to be allocated from out of these big tech companies into gold, into oil companies, into defense companies, right? So I'm going to be trading a lot of them this week. Now for earnings, though, there's a few things I am watching. First and foremost, Wednesday is my biggest earnings day of the week. AVGO, which is Mr. Broadcom, they are highly, highly, highly liquid. They are a semiconductor company, and they move really, really crazily. And I want you guys to watch this company here this week here for earnings. I feel like they can move to the upside, and I'll show you why in a second. But I think that, guys, the most money that you'll make here on earnings, it will happen after earnings. I'm gonna tell you guys why it's the case. Right now, if you look here at AVGO, this here is Broadcom. So we've currently been looking, let me go to my high time frame. We've kind of been sitting in like a choppy little territory, a choppy little zone here on Broadcom right now. And now they're reporting earnings this week here on Wednesday, right? Right now we're sitting at 313. So we're sitting about down here, realistically here in price here on Broadcom. Now, we just now basically violated this previous low right here on Broadcom, about right there. And we actually came below the low, as you can see right here on Broadcom. And we tried to make a strong low, had movement here to the upside here on Broadcom once again. And now we're back to the same low right here. And guys, I want to tell you something, some free game real quick if you're just unfamiliar and you just, this is your first time here. How the stock market moves, guys, is through manipulation. So when a company crashes below a significant low like this, for example, what do you guys think as humans will happen next? Just tell me. Tell me. After a market takes out a low like this, for example, what do y'all feel like naturally will happen next in the market? What do y'all think? Tell me. Probably like we'll see a move to the downside, right? This is exactly how the hedge funds, the banks, and all the institutions make their money. Let's go over to yahoofinance.com right now. I'm going to show you guys how to actually read a balance sheet of a company so you're able to know if a company is profitable or if a company is not profitable. So let's go ahead and type in Mr. AVGO and see the company's financials. So here's AVGO right here. Scroll down to your chart right here for financials, and you can begin seeing how a company's actually looking like, in front of your face right now, right? So I'm seeing what's the total revenues, right? What is the gross profit, right? What's the operating expense, right? What's the net operating income, right? You can see the simple stats of each company, guys. This, guys, is called fundamental analysis. If you're familiar, guys, there's technical analysis and there's fundamental analysis. So technical analysis is what we do right here, which is the study of chart patterns. And the fundamental analysis is the study of this company's balance sheet and understanding if a company is profitable or if a company is not profitable. So is a company making money or is a company losing money, right? Now you can see right here, you're gonna go down and just kind of get straight to the point. You have the EBITDA of a company, which is the earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and accumulation, right? So this is the earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and accumulation, right? So the company right here, you guys can see here on Mr. AVGO. It's tough to say, right? But look at this, right? So their income, with their revenue is about 63 million, as you can see. Their gross profit is $43 million, right? On the company, right? Their expenses, about 17 million. So the operating income right here is gonna be 26 million, right? But now you have the outlook on the company and you say, all right, cool, this company here is actually profitable. Well, if they're profitable, why is the company kind of like moving sideways a little bit, right? Well, it's because you have a strong move to the upside, which is called distribution. Then you have accumulation, and then you have the next move back here to the upside. So now I want to go ahead and kind of cover like, what do I feel like this company could do this week and how can I bank off that information? I think that AVGO is a bullish company. There's a few things why I believe that, but I don't want to hold y'all here hostage today. But I believe that AVGO can make a move to the upside this week. And for earnings, I'll be targeting them here for the week, right? So keep that here on my radar. But I'm going to go ahead and actually spend some time to answer a bit of some of y'all's questions. I see if y'all are in the chat right now. So let me answer some of the questions right now in the chat. Right. Thoughts on uranium stocks? I don't know right now. I don't really trade them. I don't want to lead you astray. I'm only going to tell you things that I personally know. Okay. Means bullish, yes, exactly. I just think like right now, guys, if you want me to be honest, there's like a bunch of companies that I've been looking at, like Robinhood, I've been looking at Meta, but I personally think that this week, guys, the money would not be in these tech companies. The money would be on the ETFs, SPY. I'll give you a free game. I want to see a little bit of a move to the upside this week first, and a continued move to the downside, targeting right here at 680. Targeting here at 677 and possibly cracking these lows right here at about 676.90-ish area. And I will be watching that to the downside. And y'all let me know into the chat, what stocks do y'all want me to actually analyze? And I will actually analyze a few of y'all's companies here in the chat. Oh, someone said this to watch Amazon. Let's look at Amazon right now. So Amazon right now is in a crazy area once again. They are in a current sell-off right now. They had a strong move here to the downside here previously, right? And just now, after that, the war starts to break out. Amazon tapped $200 just now here in pre-market, which is literally all the way down here. Right now, we're sitting at 206 here on Amazon right there. So I honestly would not trade Amazon this week. I'm gonna just be real with you. Look at IWM. IWM is in danger right now. So IWM right now, guys, we're sitting at a price right now, and we're sitting, 258 here on IWM, guys. We just broke through the lows right now. Wow. We're at 258.59, guys. We're sitting exactly right here, about right here at the current moment, here on Amazon. I'm here on IWM right there. And we're gonna be seeing probably, guys, if you want to be honest, we might be seeing a little bit more lows here on IWM, right? And if y'all are unfamiliar, guys, IWM is also an ETF, which means it is an exchange traded fund. Now, you need to always understand what companies are in these ETFs. So type in right here, guys, IWM's holding list, and go to Yahoo Finance. And what you can see is, look at this. These are the top companies that IWM is holding. They are majority built here of healthcare companies, industrials, and then financial services. And they have a big sector here also for tech. And they have a small portion here of energy. So when the war breaks out, for example, right, companies like IWM, they can still make, a strong move to the downside because people are uncertain, but they have a big holding here of energy companies, so they honestly can move pretty, interestingly. But here also, guys, on the IWM, we have a trend line right here, as you can see at these lows here on IWM. We just now broke below this trend line, and we're sitting right here at 258 at the current moment here on IWM. So we could also be seeing a little bit of a movement like this. I move to the downside first, all right? I move back here to the upside, which is my retest, like this. And I continue move back to the downside, which I think this week, guys, I'm not a genie. I am not like, Aladdin from the movie, but I think that we could possibly see a move to the downside in the market. And if that happens, I'll be honest, we're going to be making a lot of money in the market by buying puts, right? And that's what we do in the market, guys, is money to be made to the upside and to the downside, while trading, right? So now, guys, I'll be honest, I wanted to go a little bit longer in this class, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys the game and get out of here. I know that it is Sunday, y'all kind of enjoying your day, but I'm just be so real with you guys right now. I don't really know anybody who's more transparent than us to our chat. We've been crushing it this past week, and now we want to kind of reach back this month here for March and help people who are beginners, people who are struggling, people who are not making it in their trading career, people who want to get started, but they don't know where to start. They don't know how to set up their accounts. They don't know how to even start trading live. They don't know how to even place a trade or even get to that money. So people who are like that, this is the best time to get started. This is the first of the month, and we're focusing on helping you guys understand how to get to that money. So y'all know where to find us into our community. We're in the description, we're in the comments. But if you guys don't, I'll tell you right now, if I'm a beginner, I'm gonna focus on paper trading. And guys, once again, I probably shouldn't be showing you guys this, either, but I just feel like I want y'all to just learn something when you come to my classes, right? If you are trading, you should always be building a profit plan for yourself. That being said, this is the first of the month, and you need to understand what is my goals here for the month. So how many of y'all are thinking about trading right now with like a 1K account? Oh, matter of fact, guys, can y'all tell me into the chat if y'all are trading right now, what's like your account balance right now? Or if you want to start trading, how much do you plan to put into your account? Is it 1,000? Is it 3,000? Is it 500? Is it 2K? I want to kind of see where y'all are at, and I want to build y'all like a custom plan, so then you can actually become more comfortable with trading and like know what it will look like for yourself, right? Let's do an account size here actually of 2,000. I see a couple of y'all post your numbers to the chat. I'll say 2,000 is pretty fair. I'll say about 2K. Okay, 2K. All right, cool. So 2K. So let's say I'm looking for a 7% profit on my account every single day. Over the span here of 30 days of trading, I focus here from Monday through Friday. With a 2K balance, guys, you can grow your account from 2K right here to $6,800 in 30 days of trading. And I love the site. You know why? Day one, I should make 140. Day two, 150. Then 160, 171, right? I know exactly, tangibly, exactly how much capital I want to make every single day. And you guys know why it's so important to know what your goals are every single day? When you're trading, once you actually hit your goals, you're not gonna be going past your market. Smoke like you're not gonna be sitting here up $500 for the day and keep going trading, trading, trading. No, it's about consistency, right? So I'm building a smaller account, like I showed you guys. You kind of want to know exactly what your goals are and which just I'm like kind of what your numbers are at. Like stop being lost in the sauce of Instagram and TikTok. Build a plan for you. You know why? Because at the end of the month is where you actually reap the fruits of your labor. You're actually able to pay yourself and feel and see the money. So Mr. Beben said 1,500. Let's see right here, 1.5. Let's see 1,500. So with 1,500, my bro, over the span of 30 days right there, you make about $5,100 onto your account on your return on investment. So $1,500 into $5,000 profit with this plan right here. Now, as you guys know, with a money management system, as you are day trading, you're going to have wins and you are going to have losses. You, my friend, cannot run from the losses. But you know what you can do? You can actually limit your losing positions and maximize your winners. And when you do that, you know what happens? You have what we call is our weekly profit target, right? Week 1, make 466. Week 2, 791. Week 3, $1,000. So if you're up $300 in a day with this plan right here, and the next day you're up $200, you made $500 for the week. You could literally be done for the week. So after you have your numbers in front of you, how can you fail if you have a proper system, accountability, a community, and a team around you? It's hard to fail by then, right? But guys, the power of compound interest is legendary. You know why? Let me show you. If you were just to add just 20 more days to your plan right here and then make it 50, watch what happens. You've now made $15,000 return on your investment after just 20 more trading days added to your game plan. So most people, all they see is this money right here. They don't see the risk management. They don't see the strategy hopping. They don't see the systemizing of their trades. They don't see setting up their trading accounts, learning how to chart, learn how to read a candlestick pattern, doing live. They don't see any of that. All they see is the numbers. So if you right now, if all you see is the numbers, you don't want to get into the chat, you want to get into the mentorship program, hey, the least that I can do for you is give you your actual goal plan I want to be hitting day by day, so you're not trading with no GPS like a lost dog on the street. You actually know what your targets are for the day and for the week. And if you want to know like what the site's called, it's called thecalculatorsite.com. We do these things all the time for people who are part of our programs for the mentorship. We'll build you a proper profit plan so you know what you're actually doing. And then we actually hold you accountable to be hitting your goals through actually calling out our live trades, calling out bangers. And as y'all were able to see here on Friday, I do one free live call every single Friday. And as you're able to see guys on Friday, we smacked the market for over $4,000 in one day on one trade by taking puts to the downside here on IWM, right? At the end of the day, up about 5,000. I took a couple of trades and I called out in the chat right here to actually buy puts here on IWM here on Friday. And all that means is I am expecting for the market to drop in that time frame and then in that period. So as you guys can see here on Friday in the morning, what do y'all notice that IWM did here at top of the morning, right? Off this key level of liquidity, let's see what happened. We sure came right to the downside, right? Now, people like me and you can make money off these moves in the market from here to here by buying those puts. So I called it out in the chat right here on Friday. And simple as that, before literally 9 o'clock in the morning, I was already up over 4K for the day before people even woke up or even brushed their teeth in the morning. And hundreds of people also joined us and banked with us all here on Friday. So keep in mind that we do live trading literally every single day inside of the chat. So it's a hands-on system for you, for visual learners, hands-on learners. So yeah, y'all know exactly what to do. And I'm not here to give y'all so much game and, knocking down doors. So I just want to give y'all some game, man. So, I'm not going to hold your hostage today, guys. This here is my class here for Stock Sundays. I hope y'all enjoyed. Now, I will be ending this class today, guys, with a Bible verse here of the day. So if y'all are ready, guys, just go ahead and put a 1 for me into the chat right quick if y'all ready. I'm pulling up my notes for y'all right now. All right, guys, let's get into it right now. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it here on the screen because I want y'all to actually be able to read with me. Okay. And we're gonna read it together, guys. So I feel like, sometimes I feel like, I don't know. It just, there's so much things that are important in the world, but when you get really deep into your spiritual lifestyle, you realize that there's only a few things that are actually important, which is Christ, man. So let's read Ecclesiastes chapter 3, starting from verse 1. So there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build. There's a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. Now, what's going on right now, guys? We're in a war right now in this world. Everything was just peaceful. Everything was smooth. Everything was calm. Now we're at war. Somebody right now, guys, on this live stream right now, in their household, you could be at home. I mean, you could be at war right now in your household. You could be at war with your spouse, a war with your finance, a war with your physical health, a war with your mental health, a war with your financial health, right? Things could be hard right now. Rent could be due today, for example, and someone right now might not have the funds to cover their rent. And there's a time for everything. There's a season for everything. Right? Things don't happen on accident. Everything happens for a reason. And I truly believe that God, He builds up people and He molds you into the person who you need to become by making you feel at a time period into your life that you feel like you're at war with yourself. There's a time where you're feeling like, dang, I'm behind on bills, or my spouse this, or I look in the mirror and I feel big, I feel fat. There's a time for all these things, right? There's a time to be big, there's a time to be fit, a time for it to be black, a time to be white, a time to be rich, a time to be poor, right? But what happens in that slow season, whenever you're down and you're out and you're depressed and you're sad and you wonder what's gonna happen, like what can I make the next bill? Like what's gonna happen next, right? That's the exact time for you where you need to dig deep into your own life, into your own sanity, and figure out, who am I right now? Those hard times will build you. They will show you more about yourself than the good times. Like, how many of y'all actually have noticed that in those hard times, those slow times, those dark times into your life, you find out so much more about yourself rather than whenever everything's going well? Like, it's just me. Am I alone here? Just, I'm not perfect. Like when the times happen into your life when things are slow and things are just going left, you find out, like, do I have that dog in me still? Do I have that dog in me? Like, am I gonna sit here, curl up and cry and just go into a bed and scroll on TikTok, or am I gonna get up and make a plan for myself, take action, and change my life? Is it gonna be one or two? Because you can't have both. So I'm gonna share with you guys right now. Someone right now needs this right now. So I'm gonna go into a quick prayer. Let's go and bow our heads, guys. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Father, thank you again for another amazing class here for Stock Sunday. Thank you for allowing us to guide this class properly, give people education, and give people inspiration to grow their faith, grow their finances, and grow their careers. I thank you again for keeping us safe today on the Sunday. Someone today could, not be here, but they're actually able to tune in, watch this class, grow their mindset, grow their knowledge, and just grow their proper understanding so they're able to grow everything and basically multiply everything into their hands. And I pray that we're able to impact more lives. And anybody right now is struggling right now with the fear of finance, the fear of loss, the fear of being in a time frame right now when things just aren't going the right way, I pray that you're able to steward their finance. I pray that you're able to steward their pockets, steward their spending, steward their bad habits, help them be more organizational in their household and guide people around them. Allow them to be able to be the black sheep and guide their family to success, guide them to prosperity and multiply into millions. And to pray that we're able to guide more people along this journey and understand, what? Not everything in life is supposed to be roses and rainbows. Right? We have hardships, we have hard times. And I pray through everybody right now that is having those hard times, that we can make a breakthrough through those hard times and see the light. Help everybody be safe. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen. Come on, man, guys. I'm going to tell y'all, man. Come on, man. Sunday, guys. Praise the Lord, man. Sunday. It's the first of the month. This is the first Sunday, guys. This is the time to give him the grace, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed today's class session. I love you guys, a little ending prayer. And I pray y'all all are able to really walk into this month right now with power, strength, prosperity, and everything you do. Don't let up. Don't sit down. This is the time right now to go double, go triple, go hard. Stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. Start doing. This is the time right now, guys. This is your sign right now to go lock in. I'm going to see you guys soon, guys. God bless. Love y'all, guys. Have a good one, guys. Happy Sunday. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.